welcome to Stardom Review. I am your co-host Andre C, and right over here to the right on screen is my co-host Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I'm doing pretty good. Got a little Koji Boji Moji here cuddling up with us for another awesome episode of Stardom Review here, where we're taking on another tournament, Andre. These tournaments never freaking end.
No, because we got this one, and then we're gonna get about a month's break, and then we'll have the New Japan Cup, and then we're gonna have the Cinderella tournament right after that. Then we're gonna have the Super Juniors, and then or Best of Super Juniors. Then it'll be the G1 and the 5-star. Man, there's tournaments all year long in both Stardom and New Japan. It's crazy.
I'm telling you, the Melball is going to be a professional editor and graphics designer by the end of this year. Just
I
you
think
wait.
you already are. You're just not. I guess not professionals not being paid for it yet, but you're a great amateur one. I can say that for sure. But
I try.
so we are here to talk the Triangle Derby. I'm not sure if this tournament's ever been put on before. I haven't really been.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
have. I haven't really. I haven't really looked into the history of this, but it's a
Mhm.
2020 It does say Triangle Derby 1, so I guess it is the first tournament. I didn't even think about it, but yeah.
Maybe.
Before we get into the show, I want to ask you, please like and subscribe on this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate it very much if you did that, and also like and subscribe to OLE Podcasts on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and then also to Backbreaker Video, the other home for our shows. Thank you very much to my rest. Like and subscribe to all three channels. We very much appreciate it because our content is showing up on all three, and yeah, we really appreciate that. And
Links to
also
all
want
those will be in the description box below because Malball is perfectionistic.
There you go. And I also want to give a big shout out to Rogue Energy. Ooh, I got the wrong text going across the bottom. That's our information, which is a good thing to have there.
We need
But
that too.
it's rogueenergy.com. Use the promo code OLEPODS for 10% off your order. You can also scan the QR code down in the right-hand corner, just below Mel there. And check them out. They're great supporters. Been great to us, so please support them. They're absolutely phenomenal stuff. I don't have my Rogue Energy on me tonight because I forgot it upstairs before I came down to record this. So just got a half bottle of water. But yeah, so please support Rogue Energy if you can. And we are going to get into the Triangle Derby, Stardom's first ever, I'm guessing first ever trios tournament. And we're going to quickly go through the teams before we get into the actual first night, because we're only going to come in January 3rd show, because as of recording this on January 9th, that's the only show available on Stardom-World, and I'm not spending $40 per show. I don't get paid for this yet. Maybe one day. So we'll start out with the first team in the tournament. Ooh, got the paperwork up. There it is. We have H&M, the team of Mayu Iwatani, Momo Kohgo, and Hanan. Mayu Iwatani and Momo Kohgo actually coming off being a tag team in the Stardom Grand Prix. And then we have second team is Queen's Quest, Utami Hayashishida, Azumi, and Saya Kamatani. Again, another team of Atami and Saya coming out of the goddess. There's a lot of teams that came through this, but there's some that broke up. And we got another one, Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Saki joining them here in the Triangle Derby. And we have the team of the Bari Bari Bombers, Julia, Thekla, and Mai Sakurai from Donna Del Mundo. And then we've got Unique Glare from 08 Otai. You have Starlight Kid, Ruaka, and from Diana promotion. You have Haruka Umesaki, who was the one who challenged Saya Kamatani at the Dream Kingdom show. Highly recommend the match. It was a really good match. Very tired at that point of the night, but it was a very good match. And then you have I think probably the best name in this tournament. Oh, I wanted to make a question. The Bari Bari Bombers, their name, the Bari Bari means Furious Max Power. And after being blown up in that casket match, they're the Bari Bari Bombers because they're back at max power. But this team right here has my most favorite name in this tournament: Power Passion Pineapple.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
on my site is something else.
Power Passion Pineapple, and I was like, that is awesome. I pulled these names from postwrestling.com. Thank you very much to John Pollock and the team over there giving me all this information. But I love that team name, Power Passion. And it's Nane Takahashi, Yu, and Yuna Mizumoni. And then
It's
the final
interesting to see all of the like fruits and vegetables popping up on people because she's not the only one who has a fruit in her name.
and then the final team in the red triangle block, it's Club Venus, who didn't get their own proper card put out on social media. So I grabbed a picture of them. It's Mina Shirakawa, Cy Brookside, and Mariah May. They are the brand new team that were put together very recently at Stardom Dream Queendom.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the blue triangle block, you have Arebono GE, the team of Suri, Mariah, and Amy Saray. And I got the thing, Arebono or Arenbono means wild, rowdy, and rough.
Okay.
It makes sense for that team. It really does.
Which one do you think is rowdy?
I'm gonna say Mariah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to
rough is Siri and wild is Amy. I'm just gonna go for maybe Mariah is the wild one and Amy's the rough one, but or the rowdy one, because Siri is definitely the rough one because those kicks are brutal.
Mm-hmm. It's about the only name that makes sense to all of them. Yeah.
And then you have the team of classmates, which is Hazuki, Saida, and Koguma. And this team name comes from this team name means classmates or persons born from April 2nd to the following April 1st in the year they were born, from 97 to 98. That is the explanation that was given, and that Post Wrestling transcribed onto their post that I copied this from. So
it's unnecessarily confusing.
They're just all within the same school year is what it is. So, or graduation year, or born year.
That's the more simplified version of it.
For when they were born, that's just in the same year span of when they were born. It's just a weird year span of April 2nd to the following April 1st. It's very weird. And then you have...
That's very odd, yeah.
And the next team is My Hemi with C. That's the simplest name you can pick for that team. Micah, Hemika, and Lady C. I very much, from Donald Mundo, I very much like that team name. Just simple, easy, perfect. Mm-hmm. And then you have the team of Lollipop, Waka I can never say her name right. Waka Tsukiyama, Rina Amikura, and Yuko Sakurai. Again.
And I think it was Rina Amikura who actually had the carrot on her gear. So another fruit and vegetable.
Because Rina's the one on the left, right? Or is she the one on the right?
I think that's Yuko. Yuko Sakurai is the one in the blue, and I believe Rina...
Yeah, the one on the left there is Rina, right?
Yeah,
girl in orange.
So the girl with the orange, she had a carrot.
I'm getting used to these girls because I haven't really seen much of these two. So, yeah. And then we have the team of already named Prominence is Suzu, Suzuki, Risa, Sera, and Kurumi. Kurumi Hiragi. I can get that tongue tied on that one. And then you have the simply named team of Oedo Tai, Momo Watanabe, Natsuko Tora, and Saki Kashima. And finally, an interesting name in Rebel X Enemy, Ram Kaicha.
Yeah, they have the random X in there, but during the show, all they were saying was Rebel Enemy.
I'm going with Rebel X Enemy because that's how it looks on paper. That's how it's spelled on paper.
Or I guess I'm going how it's announced by the announcer, and that's Rebel Enemy.
Rebel Enemy.
And Ram Kaicha also referred to them in her promo after their first match, which we will discuss also. That was what they were called.
And then Maika Ozaki and Maya Yukihi.
That one was a hard one, yeah.
Yeah. I just went with Maya in all my notes for her. I don't think I have much. I don't have her written much in my notes. I might have wrote Mike in there a bunch of times too when I meant Maya. But that's very possible. Boom, it's back. There we go. It's a seamless transition, like nothing ever happened. Come on. And we start off the first night, January 3rd. We have the first match of I guess the second match of the evening. We're not going to go over it. There was a pre-show match, but meh. Neither of us really cared for it. It is the team of the Lollipop, Rina Amikura, Tsukiyama, and Yuko Sakurai taking on the team of Club Venus, Mariah, Mina Shirakawa, and Zaya Brookside. I had a great time. There's three matches on the show I really got into. This was one of them. Uh, there's some fun. I'm a big fan of Zaya Brookside and Mina Shirakawa. A lot of people know that because I've been talking Mina Shirakawa forever on this show, and yeah, I've been watching Zaya Brookside with NXT UK and other things there. It's very, very good. Kind of more of a simpler match in this one. Mariah getting a really great springboard dropkick followed by their tornado DDT, and it just kind of very smooth. She looks really good in there. Again, her and Zaya are both 24, still pretty young and still pretty young in the careers. Again, Zaya grew up in the business. Again, trained in Stardom, I think 2017 for a little while. But yeah, very, very good match. There is a triple piggyback splash from Team Lollipop. I thought that was absolutely hilarious to watch them do the just all pile on each other and just fall on Zaya Brookside. And then Waka got his beautiful the Liv Morgan flatliner out of the ropes and a straight jacket sit out like reverse X Factor almost. But yeah, at the end of the match came Zaya Brookside gets the roundhouse and gets the roundhouse and Saguri by Mina Shirakawa, and then Zaya flips like whips. I can't remember who it was off the top. I didn't write it down. Waka. Was a Waka, yeah. She whips Waka off the top rope and then gets her with the Euro clutch and gets the win. Mm-hmm. I thought a great opening tournament match. Both teams, especially for like Mariah, Zaya Brookside, and the team of Lollipop, which I'm fairly sure the three of them are all younger in their careers too. Mm-hmm. Especially those three getting to shine here, plus Zaya and Mariah getting to really show what they can do here in Stardom because they haven't been. This is their first match in the company.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So with this one, you took the big moves that I had noted, so I can just talk about what I thought about the ladies in this. I felt Mina in particular came into this match with a little something to prove. Mm-hmm. She was very, very vicious. I didn't feel any more vicious with Waka than the other members, but I did feel that she was particularly vicious in this match. Again, maybe something a little to prove, just forming Club Venus, really wanting to come out on top and with a win. I did feel, however, that there was a bit of an awkward start at this match at the beginning between Mariah and Waka. I don't know if it was just that
Waka. I did note that it looked a little weird.
I don't know if it's just that Waka is a child and doesn't know how to interact with a 24-year-old when they get in your face, but it was definitely more of a situation as opposed to a situation for me.
Yeah.
I found that a little awkward. I just felt that it kind of spoke to the innocence of Waka and what we've been kind of saying for the last little bit. She is, just coming into the business still and still kind of finding her feet. I felt that Brookside was very, very effective in this entire match. I almost kind of felt like Mariah was kind of like I'm not sure what's going on here. And Mina was the like Leroy Jenkins. And like Zaya Brooke was kind of that, okay, I'm going to be Mr. Elastic in the middle here. I'm going to pull this one back here. I'm going to pull this one back here. We're going to have a good match. We're going to be good. And like I felt that the overall dynamic of the team as a result was actually very fun and very enjoyable and entertaining to watch. I felt that Mariah, her moves are actually pretty flashy. I do enjoy the styling that she has, though, and I do find her gear and her mannerisms to be very appropriate and very fun to watch. Other than that, I didn't have a whole ton to say about the Colors girls. Other than that splash, I did feel that what was her name? Yuko Sakurai, very very good wrestler, very comparable to Lady C for me. in styling and kind of mannerisms. A very fun match.
Yeah, and you got to say, like, Xia Brookside is the most experienced person in this ring out of any of them. So I could see why
Mm-hmm.
she would be the one to kind of be like, I'm just going to go do what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Her debut match was May 16th, 2015. This girl's 24 years old. I mean, she debuted when she was under 18. And you got to remember,
Mm-hmm.
she grew up within the business. Her father is English wrestling legend Robbie Brookside, one of a person William Regal just fawns over if you ever listen to him talk about the guy. So she has a lot of experience. And so yeah, you're perfectly right there in her saying that she was just like, I'm just gonna take going, just control this. And I'm really not surprised in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So from here, we are going to move on to our second match of the evening. It is the team of Unique Glare, Haruka, Umesaki, Waka, and Starlight Kid taking on the team of Prominence, Hiragi Kurumi, Risa Sera, and Suzu Suzuki. Now, it was at the start of this. Starlight Kid was like literally pointing at a bruise on her arm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sure resulting from the hardcore match that she had
Mm-hmm.
had with Prominence a few days prior, literally like
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 days prior. I thought it was very funny. Her just like pointing at
Mm-hmm.
like kind of getting it, yelling, almost like getting mad at them and pointing at it. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the start of this was like it was very athletic and very fast, very like high pace between Suzu and Starlight Kid. I absolutely love those, like the way those two started this. I my biggest takeaway for this match is Suzu Suzuki. They made her out to be like she worked probably at least half this match. Would you say?
Mm-hmm.
And like we'll get to it later, but they want to push this girl.
Mm-hmm.
She is absolutely, again, 20 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and she's already been in the business for a while and doing phenomenal things. Is very very good, and I really thought she, nothing as any of these other ladies, she really carried this match for me because I found everything she was getting involved with, it got me more and more into. It just,
Mm-hmm.
and like when Suzuki runs the knees into the back of the head of people, like she does the double knees to the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that just looks brutal. But in the end, Haragi gets a super kick to Waka, and Suzuki hits the Tequila Sunrise and
Mm-hmm.
gets the win. Absolutely phenomenal match. Like, and again,
Mm-hmm.
Suzu Suzuki and Starlight Kid, I just want to see those two go one on one and just give me more of it because I could watch those two wrestle together all day long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. They had a very very fun spot in this. You're absolutely right. She is Suzu Suzuki is very very young, 20 years old. They're definitely going to be giving her a push, and I can see why. I mean, she's got the everything that you could possibly want in a main event woman. She's tough. She's pretty. Her gear is on point. She looks like a professional. She holds herself like a professional.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's really the full package, and she's still very very young. And considering the things that she's broken or like the things that she has done, I'm surprised she's not more broken than she is at her age.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one thing I did notice also about this match is that Umesaki integrating very very well into the Oedo
Mm-hmm.
Tai faction with Ruaka and Starlight Kid. She was working very very fluidly, very very almost like Lij-esque with them. It was almost like she was meant to be in that faction, which is odd for how like cutesy she seems to be with her aesthetic,
Yeah,
and how evil Oedo Tai is.
like she is a contrast to her teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ruaka has the yellow, yes, but or orange. Can't remember what color it actually is. It might be the
It's
picture that you're
orange,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, and but it's the blue, it's the dark, it's the purple and the black that all the team seems to wear, except
Mm-hmm.
the other team because I don't know why they wore white. But it's that staple color, and then she's got that bright red on. It's almost a contrast to the team,
Mm-hmm.
but she her style fits very well.
It does work very, very well for her. Lots of
No.
emotions in this match, especially coming from Starlight Kid, based on their loss. Interesting that Starlight Kid kind of got booted from the rest of the team, and Tora and Kashima are kind of going, or sorry, Kashima and Momo doing off their own thing with Tora now. Risa Sera though, crazy, crazy strong and powerful. There was a couple of
Mm,
points where she pretty much just stopped, grabbed, and went with somebody. It was absolutely incredible.
mm,
Um, Ruaka and Haragi had a very interesting in-ring time. I really, really enjoyed how these two girls worked together because it was almost like what you would expect of big guy wrestling, but like more enjoyable to watch.
mm. Very much so, because in comparison to the rest of the girls, these two girls look huge. Like
Mhm,
Ruaka's not that tall, but she's again, no shame. I'm a big person. She's a
mhm.
stocky girl. So like to see these two kind of like big, 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 like as
Big
I've
boy
heard of, like
thick.
a big men slap meat. It's bigger women or big women's smacking meat, I guess. I don't know how to put it without sounding weird, but yeah, I very much like the way those two like interacted with each other.
Yeah, yeah, because they were doing more than just hitting each other. They were actually pulling off their moves. They were pulling off tag team moves. They were getting their other people involved. It was a very, very good exchange, and I felt it was a very heavy hitting show
Mm-hmm.
between them. But I also felt it was another one of those showing up moments where they're trying to just kind of like, oh, you did this, now I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it better, and then they just kind of flowed from there, which eventually did flow into the finish there of
Mm-hmm.
them, Suzu taking out Ruaka there. But what amazing match this is. And like, I gotta say that just the confidence of Prominence just coming into this match and not even celebrating after, just being like, okay, we're done. Bye. And just
Yeah,
deucing out of the ring.
just simple. They were just like, we came here to wrestle and we're gonna leave. There's no them standing there like posing, holding their belts up in there. They left their belts at ringside. They didn't even
Yeah, I
go and
noticed
grab their
that too. Yeah.
belts. Yeah, because somebody took a shot of the belts at ringside after the girls had gone up the ramp. I was like,
Mhm.
huh, okay, interesting.
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities. They're right now they're worried about Triangle Derby. They're trying to win this so they can just pick their challenger or just say, hey, we're not defending them. But because I'm
Pretty
guessing the
much.
winner of
Pretty
this
much.
is getting a shot at the Artist's title. I'm guessing because
Correct.
it is a
Yeah.
trios tournament. But yeah,
Mhm.
from here we move on to the next match of the evening, and is Oedo Tai, Momo Watanabe, Natsuko Tora, and Saki Kashima, or is it better to say Kashima Saki? I guess it is a Japanese way to say it. Taking on the team of H&M, Hanan, Mayuatani, and Momo Kogo. I was very taken aback at the gear from Oedo Tai. Was not expecting these ladies in all white. Uh,
I feel like it's like a showing to something, like it's a past bringing up of something. I'd have to look into it a little bit more, but like I do remember seeing something like that. I just can't remember if it was Oedo Tai or if they're homaging something, but like I do remember seeing it. I just can't remember where.
I'm not sure. But there's a great spot with Hanan I really enjoyed in this match. She judo
Mhm.
throws Saki, judo throws Watanabe. She tries to do it to Tora, but Tora's just like, you ain't going. So in comes Mayu Utani, super kicks her, and so Hanan ends up judo tossing Tora. But I love that little spot how she flips the other two, no problem, but she can't get Tora with when her teammate. I kind of love that. There's, uh, there's the double 619 in this from Kogo M or from Kogo and Mayu, followed by Hanan hitting the famous, and Kogo hits a beautiful springboard dropkick for a pin, but getting broken up. But very much enjoyed that sequence. I love these girls. They work actually very, very, very well together, especially Momo and Mayu, who have been working together for the last couple months. Um,
Mhm.
the end of this match, though, uh, Watanabe hits a roundhouse kick to Kogo, hits a peach sunrise, and Tora hits a senton off the top, followed by Saki hitting the double the diving double foot stomp, and then they get to win. Like that was quite the finish. Like just
Mm-hmm.
round of a piece.
Mm-hmm.
It was just to, like everybody's hitting their big finish. So I really
Mm-hmm.
did like that, and a way to tie
Mm-hmm.
getting the victory there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pretty much brought the or talked about the only spots that I talked about.
I don't
Otherwise,
mean to.
Oedo Tai really did isolate Momo at the beginning of this match. They really did
Mhm.
think, I think that they were going to break her down and kind of get pick up an easy win. I think at the beginning with her. Thankfully, she was able to get Hanan in, and Hanan started throwing out those judos for everybody. Um, yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic to see the Oedo Tai people completely in white. Even Natsuko Tora, her hair was completely blonde. Like everything was just white. It
Yeah,
really did throw me off. Not gonna lie though, I liked the cut at the shoulder that Saki did, totally emulating it tonight. Um,
hmm.
but yeah, like
Sorry.
I said, you did kind of take the most stuff that I talked about there. I don't have much to add to this, except for I actually was shocked that Oedo Tai did pick up this win. I actually did actually assume that Mayu was actually going to pick up a win over Saki.
Yeah, it's been interesting the way they've been positioning Maya the last while. Like the way she was being positioned at the start of the Goddess tournament before the November 20th show, she was being looked at very like prominently, and
Mm-hmm.
then after that, kind of, it's been taking a lot of losses since.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's been interesting.
Outside of the Dream Queendom show, she won that 6 stars match, but
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
it's still like you see it and you're kind of like, hmm.
Mm,
It's but again,
yes.
not everybody can stay on, be the top person forever and win everything forever. You have to elevate young talent, which Stardom is doing a very good job of doing, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
And Stars in particular is
Hmm.
doing very,
Oh,
very
very
well with it.
much so.
Mhm.
Very, very much so. So we move on from there to the next match of the evening. Here's a team of My Hemi with C. It's Micah, Himika, and Lady C taking on Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi, Tam Nakano, and Saki. I'm gonna let Mel run this one down because I've been stealing all the good spots in the matches from her. So I'm gonna let her do one or two from
You know
here
what?
for the
I
rest of the
actually this was one of the ones where I was so enthralled with the match
night.
that I didn't take terribly like a lot of like specific notes.
I watched this. This is one
um
of the ones I watched twice.
So this one, I actually, first of all, we're just gonna start with the intros. I mean, My Hemi and Lady C coming in the Queen's Quest way.
Mm.
I enjoy their gear and their coats and everything that they come in with.
Queen's
Micah's got the
Quest.
fan. I love
You
it.
mean Donna Del Mundo?
Yeah, but
You said the
seeing the
Queen's
Cosmic
Quest.
Angels come in was amazing because Saki actually got down the choreography for the
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic Angel entrance in a quicker amount of time than Waka has been able to figure it out. I'm just saying, Waka, you've been with this team for a year. Figure it out, girl. Come on.
Yeah, Waka
Um,
always looks out of place in the group entrances. She just looks like I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. But like
yeah,
Saki
now
looked
she
very
just
good.
runs.
Yeah, like Saki looked very good in the
Very,
in
very crisp.
yeah.
Very, very good. I felt both of these teams fought very, very, very hard in this match. The Cosmic Angels showing a lot of unity. Actually, we know how great of a tag team that Tam Nakano and Natsupoi are. We know how great of a wrestler that Saki was. Throwing them in, or throwing her in with Tam and Natsupoi has worked out very, very well for them. I felt that they worked very, very fluidly and very well
Mm-hmm.
together. Lady C has been a part of Donna Del Mundo for quite some time. Um, but, I did feel that there might have been at some point in time a little bit of awkwardness in comparison to the fluidity of the Cosmic Angels. However, I don't feel it took away from the match in any way, shape, or form. It creates that kind of organic feel within the match. And I felt that this was a really, really fun one. I felt that the strike off between Natsupoi and Hemika was a
Hmm.
little laughable. Um,
Yeah, that one to me, I was the same way. I was just like, That
It's
doesn't
like,
make any
girl, you
sense.
have to jump to hit the spot on the chest of the girl. You make better life choices. Um, in the end, I believe it was Natsupoi went for that fun little sparkle thing that she does where she gets up on the shoulders, pulls them on, and pins them. Micah able to roll through and pin Natsupoi. I honestly thought when Natsupoi went up for that move that it was over. I thought that Micah was taking that pin. I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised. You're muted.
Dang it! I muted while I muted while I was drinking water. Try to be nice on the mic. Yeah, I've seen her hit that roll a bunch of times and get wins off that roll. And the fact that Micah rolled it through, I really was impressed with that. There was actually I want to point out a really cool spot with Hemika and Natsupoi, where Hemika had her up on the shoulders and goes for essentially Bianca Belair's KOD, where off the shoulders into front slam to the ground. And Natsupoi lands on her feet, but kind of rolls and then rolls back through, and then hits her kneeling spin kick. I will shout that spin kick, but the KOD landing, roll back, and then into the spin kick, I thought looked really good, and then hits a beautiful release German, and goes up but misses her big splash, and Mr. Hamika just lays a boot right into the face of Natsupoi, just taking her head off. Just like the way Natsupoi sold it, it's like her head went into the second row. Again, that's a very much a big girl versus small girl thing, but Natsupoi sells so well in that sense. Yeah. I had a great time watching this match. Again, I'm a big fan of Melt here, and Saki. I thought she was leaving, or was that Unagi? I can't remember. One of them said they were leaving. I thought it was Saki, but I don't know anymore.
One of them said which, sorry?
One of them said they were leaving after the tag tournament, but then didn't leave. I can't remember if it was Unagi or Saki.
It was Unagi.
I
mean, she's still technically kind of gone. I mean, she comes back for the special stuff.
Yeah, but okay, never mind. It's the wrong person. I get those two confused because they have such similar gear and have a very similar look. So I always get those two kind of mixed up. Yeah. But yeah, very good match. I did love the spot where my Hemi hit the Tower of Doom bomb thing they do onto Natsupoi, and then Lady C following it right up with the choke slam. Pretty much she just picks Natsupoi up right off of that and just bang. I like the flow in there. But one spot I really noticed after the match was Micah staring down Natsupoi, who's sitting on the mat, almost crying. And she's she's leaning over, kind of staring her down. And but you could see the sadness on her face because she was only in Donna Del Mundo. She only left them in July? I think is what it was.
So, yeah.
She left Donna Del Mundo to join Cosmic Angels in July. So this is people she was a teammates with not too long ago, and to get beat by them like that, you could see it on her face. She was very, very sad.
That being said, I mean, what's gonna happen when they meet Bari Bari?
Yeah, that's good.
Tekla and her are very, very close.
Aren't they in the same block?
I mean, they're gonna have to face each other at some point, right? I'm pretty sure I saw pictures on Twitter of them.
Yeah, they have to because Bari is in the red block and my Hemi with C is in the blue triangle look. But no, Cosmic Angels will not face Bari Bombers because they're in this. So in this tournament, and if you're in the blue block, you face the 7 teams from the red block. So you will never face a team in your block. That's the thing. You're only going to face teams from the opposite block. Yeah, so you're never going to get her going up against Julia, which I would love to see Natsupoi and Julia.
Isn't there supposed to be a mystery team?
That was Club Venus, because when this was all released, about a week or two before Dream Queendom, Club Venus was the X's team because they hadn't been announced because that team hadn't been formed yet. Yeah, that's the mystery team was Club Venus.
Well, because the list I'm looking at right now doesn't have that. Has Club Venus listed, so
Yeah.
clearly got the wrong notes.
No,
Spiteful,
but
bold.
but like I said, when I pulled all the names for all the teams, I pulled it from Polish Wrestling, and they had just TVA in the final team. So
Mm-hmm.
once Club Venus there, and then it was announced on Twitter later that the next day
Mm-hmm.
that Club Venus was joining the Triangle Derby, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay, they're the
and I'm
TVA
saying
team.
I'm looking at the ones that I looked at are from Fightful, and they have Club
Uh,
Venus on there, but then they have another mystery team in the same block. So someone must have just not deleted the
no,
mystery
because
team.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Because yeah, Club Venus was the mystery team that it was
Oh,
in that
see,
blog.
see, guys, you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
No, you definitely can't. But from here, we move on to the next match of the evening, and it is the team of classmates. Again, odd name because it's a weird reason to have that team name, but okay.
Yeah, let's not
Hazuki,
focus on
Koguma,
it.
and one of my favorites, Saida, taking on the team with the best name in this tournament, Power Passion Pineapple, the team of Nana Takahashi, Yuna, Mizumori, and Yu. This again was probably one of the most favorite matches of the evening for me personally, because this had quite a fast start with Koguma going for the roll up off of an Irish whip, like right off the hop. Then everybody's in there just fighting around. Yu's hitting sentons to break up pins, and just it's it just it got a whole kind of crazy off the top because everybody's in there fighting each other. Um, there was a weird spot right at the early because they sent Power Passion Pineapple to the outside, and Kokuma goes up to one side, Saida goes up to the other, and then Hazuki comes diving through the middle, and Kokuma dives, but Saida doesn't dive to the floor. She just like I don't think anybody was in position to catch her properly, so she just
Mm.
probably went and just dropped down and tossed somebody back into the ring. But it was just like, oh, okay, that was interesting. Yeah, but I had a great time with this match. There was Sai getting out of the double razor's edge and Hazuki getting the drop kick there, and it just going into just some crazy stuff. The end of this match, though, is it or there was a spot right towards the end where they hit the double like oh sorry yeah they hit like a double like the double razor's edge that you and Nane like to do,
Mhm.
but doing it with Yuna, who has her in the Alabama slam position. I and she flips her as they razor's edge her. I really like that combination of the moves. I thought
Mhm.
great flow. And then there's actually one a little earlier where Yuna has her in this Alabama slam position to like flip, you would spin her forward, but she runs at the corner and flip like cannonballs. Her in was it Saida like is like
Mhm.
she flips and like smashes into the turnbuckle with Saida going to the corner. I really thought that was an inventive way to do a cannonball. Like
Mhm.
I've never seen somebody carry somebody in and do the flip into the corner for cannonball. I was like, yeah, I very much like that. But in the end,
Mhm.
you and Yuna clear the ring. Nane hits Saya with it with Saida with the Emerald Flosion. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and gets the win. It looked very much like an Emerald Flosion to me.
You know I don't know no move names, man. Like I don't freaking know what that
How do
means.
you? We've been doing this for half a year now. How do you not know move names by now?
Because I got a lot of other ish that I'm focusing on. Move names are not high up on the priority for me, unfortunately. Um, yeah, if this match was just if the other one was big girls hitting meat, I don't know what the hell this was. This was like above and beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I felt that the drop and roll that you usually does that Aphrodite was smart enough to get out of the way of. Unfortunately, classmates need to maybe keep going to class to study on how to get out of the way of that one. Very effective for them. I mean, you trapped all three of them under there, and I'm pretty sure wrecked Ida's day sitting up on her to get up after that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there was one point where it was just getting towards the end there, where it was just everybody being slammed on everybody. Everyone was just grabbing someone and dropping them on somebody else. It was absolute chaos. It would literally be a list of like this person slammed this person on this person, this person slammed this person on this person, then this person slammed this person on this. It was just after another. It was great. Um, though the last note I had here, Ida got the holy hell and shit kicked out of her. She
Mm-hmm.
took most of the damage for most of this match as she fought so heckin' hard. But man, she got wrecked. She got beat up in this match. But did we really expect anything out of the Neo Stardom Army other than an absolute dominant win? I don't think we did.
No, this is exactly what I expected. Like there was a spot closer to the end where Saya was she got a she got like a top rope splash, or Koguma hit a top rope splash to Nane, which Saya and Hazuki were holding kind of up in the air, and then Saya hit a Northern Lights. Pin got broken up, but then she got the Itabashi. I thought I bit on her possibly stealing the match there, like just kind of stealing it, but again didn't happen. But I was just like, oh, but it caught me for a second. But I was just like, I believe that she could have stolen it right there.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's just one of those spots where it's just like, oh, okay, no, but it's that belief in she was being beat down so much, and then she got this little comeback. You're like, oh, can she actually win it here off this comeback? But
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
couldn't. But yeah,
Never
again,
not the case.
with Neo Star Marine, the Power Passion Pineapple, I thought they did an absolutely phenomenal job with this one.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go on to the next one. It is the team of Queen's Quest, Azumi, Sayaka Matani, Tamiya Yoshida, taking on Aden Bono, GE, Emisore, Mirai, and Suri from God's Eye. Let Mel take this one.
Whew, okay. This one was fun. I think we finally saw the original like person that Suri was before she was going into this challenge with Julia. We saw her being a lot more expressive, a lot more verbal, a little bit more animated in the face. Still vicious as all heck, but she's showing a lot more range of emotion in this match than she has leading up into her fight with Julia on the 22nd there. Um, this match was a lot of fun. Saya and Ami starting off with that high speed intensity that they have with their feud. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when these two actually get together and have a battle for that Wonder of Stardom Championship. Um, again, nice to see Suri back to her kind of, I wouldn't say like less serious, but like certainly maybe not scary as she was in the goddess tournament there with Inaba.
Yeah.
Very, very quick this match. She's not to say that she wasn't quick before, but she was just it was noticeable to me that she was a bit more quick, a little bit more agile, really working on putting people down and getting back up quickly to make herself look even quicker. Her gear is just incredible. I love the new look of her new gear. Last thing I have is Utami, absolute tank. I mean, she's my favorite Stardom wrestler. She's absolutely strong, absolutely powerful. Just coming in and leveling all of God's Eye there. It's just absolutely incredible the strength that she has. This match was fun. I really enjoyed how this one ended with them fighting to a draw. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't happen, but man, it happens in Stardom, and I love it.
Yeah. I'll admit I started watching this at 12:45 this morning, 12:45 a.m. And at the start, the first like 7-8 minutes, I wasn't really into it. Then at around the
Mhm.
9-minute mark of the match is when this one really picked up for me.
Mm.
It really kind of sucked me in. Again, and a lot of it was Ami in this. I think she, out of this entire thing, was like the one that was in there more than anyone in this match. It was Ami.
Yeah.
Next would be Saya, but Ami was
Mhm.
in like a good portion. Almost half the time of her team was probably her.
Mhm.
if not a little
Mariah was
more.
barely in there, yeah.
Yeah, Sera was in there a good bit. Mariah, when she was in there, she was not in there much legally, not much, anyways. Yeah. No, I honestly great match. The ending with the spinning heel kick and the Star Crusher with Siri breaking it up, and Saya trying to pin, and Saya then trying to go for the pin immediately because she knows time's running out. Like it was very, it was very frantic at the end, almost in a sense. But I really, really did like that. But yeah, great match from all these women. And again, I've given my feeling on Suri and her team before because I'm not the biggest fan of God's Eye, and Suri's style to me, it's great, but it just doesn't suck me in as much as others.
That's fair.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. No, and then Ami after the match posing with the Wonder and the Future titles up on the second rope, and then Sai just comes up and snatches her title back. But I was like, hey, that match is happening soon. I can't remember what. I think it's I want to say January
4th, isn't it?
No, January 8th show, which already happened for us. But I was
going to say, so the one yesterday.
The one yesterday for us, but we haven't seen it yet because it won't be on Stardom-World until probably Thursday or Friday. So, god damn it, they still haven't dropped it's nice, and they still haven't dropped the show from the 6th, and I'm getting very annoyed.
I'm just saying, a Melball's available.
You know Japanese? That's the real question because you have to do all the typing for the stuff. And...
I mean, someone else can do that. I can do the video editing. It's going to be quicker. I'm on that.
There you go. But we move on to the main event of the evening, and it is the Body Bombers. Julia, Mai Sakurai, and Thekla taking on Rebel Enemy. Maika Ozaki, Maya Yukihi. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna mess that up a bunch of times. And Aram Kaicho. Again, I love the gear on Rebel Enemy. The fact that each had like flair and stuff to their gear, but it was all based in black. Like it was your base, and then gold trim. But then like others would have like a little bit of flair in different spots. But I like the way that their gear all matched.
It gave me like not quite Suzuki Goon vibes, but like very much Tai Chi vibes.
Yeah, I could see that there. Yeah. Again, very good match. Like it's I think the big focus here was was Julia kind of coming out as a champion now and showing what she really can do now that she's on top of the company. In my opinion, here was a big portion to this match. Really calm at the beginning, like it was like Julia trying to get into wrestling with Ram, but Ram just kept circling, and it wasn't engaged for like the first minute or so. But again, like Thekla, every time I watch this girl, I just want to continue. I just want to watch more and more of her because I think her timing, her instinct, her abilities in that ring are absolutely phenomenal. If it wasn't for the fact that her partner is the World of Stardom champion, I'd want her to challenge for the belt. No, but it honestly, absolutely wonderful match. There's a lot. This one had a lot. It went like 14 minutes, 38 seconds. They came up like 20 seconds shy of the time limit draw. In the end, you had was Mike, or was it my Sakurai, or Mike? No, who was that?
It was Maya.
Oh, Yuki.
Uchihu.
Yuki, yeah, Yuki. I wrote Yuki here. Hitting
Ukihu?
Yeah, I'm not. I just kind of write. Yeah, I just wrote Yuki because it was easier to write it that way. Yukihi or whatever. I can't.
I think it's Yukihu.
Oh, I have it written as Yukihi, but okay, maybe I'm wrong.
We'll have to investigate how to pronounce
that.
Yeah,
but Maya Yukihu, however said, gets
Rebel Army won.
The Rebel Army, like she got a submission in the end, and Maya did give up to the submission. Again, a little bit surprising that the Body Bombers didn't get the win here.
Mm.
Um, but it shows dominance for Rebel Enemy
Mhm.
going into this tournament. The fact that they could,
Rebel
yes,
Army, sorry, Rebel Army.
I thought it was Enemy. Whatever. I have it written as Enemy.
Sorry, I
Uh
just noticed I have it written down as Army, so that's okay. That's okay. They're
yeah,
rebels.
it's Rebel Enemy. That's the name it's showing on Wikipedia and other stuff. So
Well, then
I'm
I
gonna
have it
go with
written down wrong.
Enemy because that's where I got everything. But again, it's showing that this team can really deal with top performance. But again, they did get the win over technically the least experienced member of the team, but still, it's actually funny that Julia is the youngest member of this team for the Bari Bari Bombers. The Thekla and Mai Sakurai are actually both older than Julia.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. But when they show the ages and stuff, or like in the cards at the bottom, I was just like, huh, Julia is the youngest. Your thoughts on this match?
Um, this one was fun. I mean, I echo your sentiment about Thekla. Thekla is one of my favorites. Her speed and agility is just unparalleled. I would like to see her go after what's the title that Mayu Iwatani dropped for the goddess.
Oh, the SWA title.
Yeah, I think that would be an appropriate title for her to go after.
And it works because again, Thekla is from Austria.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the title can only be defended from people that
Not of the same nationality or
not the
something.
same nationality. So
Mhm.
she could defend against pretty much anybody in the company because
Exactly.
no matter who comes in,
Exactly.
especially if you want to face like Zai Brookside or Mariah May, again,
Mhm.
English and American. So, or I think actually, I think they might be
I
both
think they're both
English.
British. Yeah.
Yeah, Mariah May. I think. Yeah,
I think
sorry, she's both. But again, she could face off with them. She could face off with any of the Japanese girls. It gives you that opening to do that, especially like but when like girls like Mayu carry it, they have a very much limited amount of people they can work with. Right, that was a good thing when I think it was Suri was holding it. She actually defended against Julia at one point, but because Julia is only part Japanese, because she's part Italian, she had that ability to be I can be Italian in this match. Yeah.
So I would personally like to see her go after that championship as opposed to a larger one right now, just because this is the like I don't really know if she's kind of been around beforehand, but this is the first time that I've kind of seen her, and I definitely prefer the people who um, beat people, former champions, on their way up to that championship level. It's just kind of like that baby face kind of pathway to take. And I definitely feel that Thekla, despite being the Black Widow kind of esque spider creepy thing, definitely more of a face within the company. The match itself, I felt was a lot of fun. The spot you mentioned with Julia and Ram at the beginning actually was very very amusing to me, just because I thought Julia in herself was already fairly petite. But Ram standing in front of Julia was even like smaller.
Made her look
um,
huge.
yeah, so that was pretty funny, pretty laughable little spot. I enjoyed that. The other girl, Maika Ozaki, really really enjoyed her spot when she was actually in with both Julia and Thekla. I felt she kept up very very well with them, and performed very very well. That Maya Wukiho, I don't know how to say her name properly. She definitely was giving me the odd one out of this team vibes. Um, Whereas like Ram and Micah there were kind of like they seemed like they worked together, like they just made sense. Whereas Maya was very like, I'm pretty, I'm cute, I'm popular to boot in the group of them. But
Yeah.
again, the whole group overall gave me a Suzuki Gun Tai Chi esque feel, like overall. So I felt that camaraderie speaking, they worked very very well together.
Yeah, I thought both teams worked very well. And then there was a big spot after the match.
Mhm.
Because usually the winning team is the one that gives the speeches after the match, right? or the winning performer. So Ram says they won the first 2023 main event. No one should fuck with Rebel Enemy, is what she literally says. Like it says it in there. Um, Yuki is the Yuki. She says Yuki as the leader has a few words to say, and I'm like, oh, Yuki's the leader of this team. I thought it was Ram. I honestly was. I didn't know, but I guess it's Yuki.
The only one I know of the group.
Yeah. And she says this is her first night in Stardom, or at least from what I understand from the translation on the bottom of the screen. That means she's never wrestled here before.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with because
I'm gonna guess so. I can't see them. I can't see the captions you're referring to.
yeah, but the way I understood it, reading it, I'm like, okay, she's never worked here. Interesting, because I was just like, okay, you're the leader of this team, but you've never worked in this company before. Okay, interesting, but okay. And it says they want to destroy the Triangle Derby. Again, I don't know if this is translation weirdness, but it says she wants to destroy the Triangle Derby and anyone that gets in their way. Rand then gets the mic back, says they have nothing more to say. Is it okay that we just leave? And they just drop the mic and leave. It was a really awkward exit for them, almost. And this is where Julia picks up.
Based on what they are, kind of seems appropriate.
And this is where Julia picks up the mic, and then Suzuki shows up and gets in the ring and picks up a microphone. And Suzu says she watched her year-end match and said that Julia looked frustrated. Again, this is me just writing up them as fast as I can. She says it's your first time with that belt, but I'm going to take it away. And she challenges Julia for the red belt. And then Julia accepts the challenge. And this is the one that will be at the February 4th show.
Mm.
Yeah. And then and has a big surprise for Suzu when she says, because Julia says it'll be at the big show on February 4th and has this huge surprise for Suzu. And she says, I want to pick this up where they left off. So these two, from reading, had a feud in Ice Ribbon, where they're both from, and Julia up and left and came to Stardom. And then last year, a little bit before we started doing this show, Suzu and Prominence showed up in Stardom and reignited the war and ignited a war with Donna Del Mondo. And this is just culmination of Julia just wanting this to continue. And I'm down because I love both of them. I'm a huge fan of Julia. I'm a huge fan of Suzuki. And then Suzu flips her off and Julia like grabs her finger. It was just like interesting.
Protect the children.
Yeah, and then Julia ends up sending everybody home. Say Happy New Year and sends everybody home. So happy. But yeah, I thought a really good start to this tournament. Fun night.
I agree. Yeah, this one this was a really good opener for the year too. Kind of a welcome to Stardom, Happy New Year, watch wrestling, support wrestling. A very fun show.
Yeah, I had a great time watching it. And then so going forward, we are going to be covering the rest of them. I know next week we will have another show coming out for the Triangle Derby covering the 6th, 8th, and 9th shows, because that's what we'll have available by that time to watch and record about it. I'm going to try to watch these throughout the week to make sure I'm not running behind and watching everything at the last minute like I do sometimes. But on those ones, we're not going to be going through every single match because it's going to be a lot on every show. And this 8th show, there's, again, a couple big title matches or big feud matches we also want to talk about too. So we'll be highlighting each a couple of big matches that we find in the Triangle Derby every show. But, got to save some time. Don't want to keep you here more than an hour. So, with that said, we're getting to the hour mark. So I want to thank Rogue Energy for being a sponsor. You can check them out at rogueenergy.com. Promo code OLEPods for 10% off your order. And speaking of OLE, I want to thank them very much because they are right up there in the top right corner, as Mel was pointing at. You can go to okay, Mel's picking her computer around, I guess now. Go to our local establishment on Twitch. Torches Visas are our local establishment. To check them out on Twitch. I know they're on Facebook at our local establishment and Instagram at OLE Podcasts. No,
I
you,
just like my line that the links will all be in the description box below.
and then I want to thank Mike the Ref, because you might be watching us on his channel on Backbreaker Video right up here. I want to thank him so much for being a great supporter of us. You can check him out at Backbreaker Video right up here, Backbreaker Media, and also on twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. He is there every Wednesday watching Dynamite with you and talking about it. So check him out. And he's doing gaming streams other days of the week. He's probably online right now as we talk. So check him out, and if you are watching us on the Backbreaker Video channel, please go check out Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk on YouTube. You can also find it on Facebook. You can please go over there, like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. It helps get us out there farther with more likes, more subscriptions. It shows you love us, and then you get out to more people.
And you get to be a part of the amazing conversation because we're always posting fun stories, news, and ideas that are coming out and in with and around NJPW and Stardom. Now, Andre, if someone's
and local wrestling
on
too,
social media, where are they going to find you?
You can find me scrolling on the bottom there. I'm on Twitter at That Canada Guy. I'm on Instagram at That Canada Dude. You can also find me. You can get a hold of me on our Facebook page at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. And I'm on a couple other ones, Mastodon and another one that I don't know. I should know those better now because they're on my new phone. But I don't pay attention like I should to this stuff.
Yeah, because you're going to have to help the rest of the OLE people figure all that ish out.
I haven't used them.
Follow a Melball on social media. You can follow me on Twitter at Collins Melball, and you can find me on Instagram and on Facebook at Melball Collins. So that being said, Andre, I think we've come to the end of this amazing Stardom review, bringing out the Triangle Derby for Stardom here. I am your Melball. That is Andre over there. We will see you next time. Adios.